Hello, welcome to the box room. Well, today I am taking something I usually do. Yes, I am taking a magic eraser to this Amiga 4040. And it's amazing how, like this one, it's not terrible by any means. But you know what? A magic eraser really is magical in that you don't really even notice how maybe dirty something even is, or was, until you use one of these things on it. And even though it didn't look bad, and it still doesn't look bad, it's funny how much better it looks with not much effort and not much time. Like, it's amazing how much, things happen over 30 years when, like, there's stuff on here that it's not horrible. It's not like scratches. Scratches it won't do anything for. But, like, there's just things. Little, not much of anything things that just take a machine like this, or any machine, and make it look not so good. I know downstairs, I think there was one pet that I cleaned, like half. And, because when you do the whole thing, oh yeah, well, that looks all right. But when you only do half, you can see what it looked like. And there's not much here. It just makes it that much better. Like, things happen over 30 years. And if you're not familiar with a magic eraser, and it's funny, I was talking with somebody online, and they were talking about, I used all this cleanser, and you know what, a magic eraser, you get it wet, you, what do? You get it wet, you squeeze it out so it's not like dripping wet, and then you just rub it. That's it. You don't put any cleansers, I don't know how many times I sat and, like, sprayed stuff on and tried to get stuff at a good angle so it'd sit there, and, no. Anyway, this magic, got to do the bottom, or the bottom of the bezel. Bezel. Where did the word bezel come from? It's the bezel. Now, one thing, unfortunately, it doesn't do anything really for, if there's dirt involved in yellowing, it'll make that a little better. But yellowing in general, not so. Not so. Anyway, this machine looked pretty fine. Now, it just looks better. And the magic eraser, look at that, that was white. It's now gray, and that's because, well, there was some stuff that just was there. I think I'll have to do this again. I think when magic erasers have been used a little bit, they sometimes leave a little residue. Nothing terrible. But there's just a little kind of dust stuff on this. But anyway, this is lovely. Lovely. Actually, what do I have here? Oh yeah, this might help. This is just a regular washcloth. I just see there's kind of, yeah, that's there, little remnants from the magic eraser. Oh yeah. And then, now that I've done that, I can see it looks like there might be a pin spot right there. And the magic eraser just gentle on the spot that you're interested in, and it's gone. So it's funny because I mentioned that the case on this one was not so pristine, and it wasn't. But it looks a lot better now that it has been magic erasered. Lovely. I'm pleased. What's that? Oh, that's just a little speckle. So, I'm going to unplug this one. And with great care and reverence, I will set it up on the top of this one and slide them both back a little bit. And this one, unfortunately, has yellowing. And this will take off a layer of scunge if there is any, but it really won't help the yellowing. But it's funny, just recently I had a disc notcher of all things that had a little bit of yellowing, just a little bit. And I put it out in the sun for a couple of days. And I mean, the yellowing wasn't terrible, but I could notice it. And after a couple of days in the sun, by golly, it was gone. Now this is another. This is the top of this other machine here. I will just give it a gentle. It hardly needs anything, but still, even though it has nothing that I can see, I know the magic eraser will take away a little something. It will. It will. It will indeed. Yeah, there's a little mark. And then, that's it. That's all. Take the washcloth. Give it a little rub down and look for any other slight, like anything, but I don't see anything. So it's good. Now, I wish, of course, that this. I'll just set this one over here. I wish there was not the yellowing on the front of this, but there is. There is. So, the last things that need to be done is the screw needs to go, oh, don't you fall, into, there's a toaster in here, and I had taken it out to look underneath, and it's fine. It's dandy. It's beautiful. So, I just had to put the screw back in. There we go. And the last thing to do, as they say, button this up, is to take the case with great care and reverence, line it up, slide it down. Hello. Oh, I see. It is sticking a little bit on the port here at the side. Don't do that. Okay, I'm going to get this a little straighter. There we go. Slide it. Slide it into position. Funny, there are only 2 very small screws that hold this computer case on. And that's all it needs. Anyway, I think the best Amiga, not in terms of speed or just in terms of ease to really punch it out, was the Amiga 2000. But I know that, times changed. And actually, the one thing that still infuriates me about this one is that the keyboard cable is different. Because otherwise, any Amiga keyboard would work. But that is not the case. Because it has kind of a little DIN plug, kind of similar to the kind of things they had on the Plus 4. Alright. So these are buttoned up. And they're looking pretty fine. They are. Now, what did I do? Oh, yes. So, this Magic I've used a little bit, so they do not last forever. They do kind of come apart. I'll rinse that. I'll use it on something else, probably in the pet room. I shall. Now, I do have, there we are, some accessories. And here, I didn't realize this, but the 68040 chip comes with a heatsink. Well, this one, when I opened up this machine before I did anything, I heard something rattling around, and it was the heatsink. Anyway, I will make sure that goes. It's funny, the other machine, by the way, one of these works, one of them had battery damage, and it doesn't. The other one has a bigger heatsink on the 68040 chip. Bigger. Anyway, what are we doing? Hard drive. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so this one here has 2 hard drives. One specifically for the toaster. One for the system. 1 floppy. 60, I think it's got 17 maybe megabytes of RAM. 2 megabytes of chip RAM. Or anyway, I think it comes up about a 16 and a half. And because things aren't exact, maybe it is 16, maybe just, I don't know. Anyway, it's loaded up. Loaded up. Anyway. So.
That was easy.
Nothing like a magic eraser. Anyway, I need to, I've got a box of stuff to go. As in, go. I suppose I'll put it in a recycle bin. And hopefully it can be recycled. Anyway, stay tuned for more excitement from the box room and the pet room. And who knows, maybe I'll do some filming in the basement as I go through things. Maybe.
That was easy.
But really, in a lot of ways, the basement still is the Twilight Zone. Anyway, thanks for coming. Just trying to figure out how to get my hand in here. Bye for now.